Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I've got another what's for dinner for you guys. This is where I share all the meals that I fed my family for the previous week, regardless if we eat out or if I cook at home. Whatever the case is, I share real life, realistic dinners with you guys. Let's go ahead and get cooking. On Sunday night, I did hot ham and cheese and some potato wedges. I did already share this earlier in the week, so I'll have that video linked down below. This was in my Dinner Made Easy video. Y'all really have been enjoying those, so I will definitely keep making them. On a Monday night, I actually fixed some breakfast burritos. This wasn't on the menu. I actually had breakfast sandwiches on the menu, but Grover asked for breakfast burritos, so I could definitely do that. I had everything on hand anyways, so I just cooked up some bacon. I'm just going to go ahead and cook up my eggs, and then I'll just set everything out, and anybody can just build your own burrito. This meal was really delicious and super easy. On Tuesday night, I did another family favorite. Now, I have made this before. I will have this recipe linked down below. This is a pizza tortellini bake. It is so good. So, this night, I decided to do two 8x8 sizes and have one put in the freezer and then have one for supper that night. That way, I cooked once and we're going to eat twice. So I've already cooked up my ground beef. I did have some onion in there and I also seasoned it. I just drained it, and then now I'm adding in my cheddar cheese soup. I'm also going to add in my homemade spaghetti sauce. Once I got that mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and dump in my bag of frozen tortellini, mix that up, and then I'm going to take and divide this mixture into the two 8x8 pans. Now, of course, you can just do this in a 9x13 if you have a bigger family, but this is a really good way for me, with us having a small family, for me to be able to put meals back in the freezer so I can have quick and easy meals. And then I'm just going to top it with some pepperonis, and then I will top it with cheese. The one in the foil pan I will wrap up and have put in the freezer once it completely cools. And then the other one we will put in a 350-degree oven and bake it for 30 minutes. Here's what it looks like when it's all done. I got the cheese nice and toasty on top. And then we just served it with some poor man's garlic bread. I just had leftover buns that I needed to use up, and I just put some butter on there with some seasoning. On Wednesday night, I did a big pot of my 3-bean chili. I will have my recipe linked down below for you guys. I love throwing soups and chilies and stuff in the crock pot and let it cook all day long and just marry all the flavors together. But of course, you can do this on the stovetop. It's just totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my ground beef. I have seasoned it, and I did also add in some onion. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start dumping everything in. That's one of the joys of this. Like I said, you just dump it, put the lid on it, forget it, and you have a quick and easy soup, hearty meal at the end of the day. So I have just added in a can of chili beans, a can of chili ready tomatoes, 1 can of water. I've got red beans and pinto beans, and I'm just going to mix that together. Now, the reason why I use water is because I use beef bouillon powder. So if you don't have the powder, then I would just use beef broth, of course. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add in my seasonings. I use garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, paprika. garlic, minced garlic. I also add in some W sauce and some brown sugar. I like sweet heat, so between the seasonings that I add with that little bit of brown sugar, it is, in my opinion, a really nice sweet heat chili. And then my secret ingredient is red pepper jelly. I absolutely love making my chili with red pepper jelly. It gives it really good flavor. I'm going to give everything one good mix, put the lid on it, and cook this on low for about 6 to 8 hours. I just served it with some grilled cheese, and supper was done. On Thursday night, I cooked up some hot dogs to go with our leftover chili. I wasn't really in the mood for loaf bread, and that's all we had. I didn't have any hot dog buns, so I just went mine bunless, and it was still really good. On Friday night, we did baked tilapia with some roasted veggies, so I'm going to get the veggies going first because that's what's going to take the longest. So I've got some Brussels sprouts, some carrots, and some potatoes. And then for seasoning, I'm just going to toss it with some olive oil and some of this homemade onion soup mix. I will have the video linked down below where I made that homemade, and you guys, it was so good. I'm so glad that I tried that. So I'm just going to dump everything in the bowl, get it coated and seasoned up, and get those put in a 425-degree oven for about 20-ish minutes. You just want to, cook them to your liking. For the fish, I'm going to go ahead and give it a season with some of that garlic and herb seasoning. Of course, you can use whatever you want, whatever you like for fish. And then I'm going to give it a light coating of some Duke's mayonnaise. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to taste it. This is just going to help the breading stick, and it's going to help keep your fish nice and moist. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix together my breading mixture. I've got some seasoned breadcrumbs there. And then I normally use like the shredded Parmesan that you get like in the refrigerated section, but I didn't have any. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I just used the sprinkle parm, and it worked just as good. So I think you could use whatever you wanted to, but I'm just going to get each piece of fish coated in that. And then when it gets closer to time, we will get that put in. I did turn the oven down to 400 at this point when I went to put the fish in, and they cooked about 12 to 15 minutes. You just want to make sure that the internal temperature of fish is 145. Here is my plate. You guys, this was so good. This was my first time buying tilapia from Sam's Club, and you guys, those pieces of fish were huge. Definitely worth the money. That one bag of fish will do us 2 meals, so it's definitely worth it. Last but not least, on Saturday night, my father-in-law cooked. He made his mom's broccoli casserole recipe. Now, this is one of the recipes that he's in charge of bringing every Christmas and every Thanksgiving. So I convinced him to film it for you guys. So y'all will see it in a couple weeks. It will be a part of a Thanksgiving collab. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Now, it is like he makes it as a side dish for the holidays, but technically it is an all-in-one meal. So this is what we had for supper, and it was delicious. And that's it, you guys. That wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these 7 super easy and delicious weeknight dinner ideas. Just remember, it doesn't have to be fancy, just as long as your family is fed. That is all that matters. I have all kinds of dinner inspiration here on my channel. I've got homemade recipes, semi-homemade recipes, easy, convenient recipes. I have all the options for whatever you're looking for. Definitely check out my playlist on my channel page, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below and let me know what you're cooking up for this week. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.